I found out that I had postnatal depression, and I was climbing walls and abusive. Eden is a bright child. I couldn't provide her enough input. It all just caved in on me. I'd had my daughter, who at the time was 19 months, holding me while I sat down like this, rocking and crying, and her going like this, "It's all right, Mummy, it's all right, Mummy." Then we got referred to Dalwood, and well, from that point onwards, it was all beautiful.
Hello, dear Zachary, how are you today?
Every now and then we come across special places with special people. The Dalwood Spilstead Centre in Sydney is one of these. A one-stop shop with all the professional support for children with severe behaviour problems, families in crisis or children at risk. A place for children like Eden, Grace and Harry, Jessie, Eva and Luke.
At the Dalwood Spilstead Centre, families are referred here because they are in severe distress. Many of the parents are struggling with their own family trauma, mental health issues or drug and alcohol problems. And the children may have experienced quite significant neglect
or even abuse.
The reason we came to be at the centre was we had a few behavioural problems with Harry. Our daughter was killed in a car accident, and we were quite obviously struggled to get through after that.
She had experienced a long history of depression due to the death of another child when Harry was 2 months old, and she openly acknowledged that was really impacting on her attachment with this child, and that she found it really hard to kind of bond with him, and at 2 years old that was really, really evident, and this child's behaviour was really reflecting that.
Before she was referred to Spilstead, Eva's mum was a single parent struggling with depression.
It was a really, really tough year for me, and I was pretty stressed. I kept on having to move house all the time, and Eva wasn't thriving. She ended up in hospital. I mean, you never know with children, you know it's going to be physically stressful, but you don't realise how mentally stressful it is as well.
When I first met Luca, he was a shy, quiet little boy who, if anything happened out of the ordinary in his environment, he would vomit.
We have one over here, one over here, one over here, one over here.
He was delay his speech, also his social skill, because he was very quiet, and I'm always so, come on talk to me, and now can you stop talking? Yeah, because he always yeah.
He was just making me laugh, and he was like a super clown.
We noticed changes with Jesse when he was about 14 months old. One day we were driving in the car and he started attacking the baby, and then he started hitting his head against the car window to the point where I thought it was actually going to shatter. People thought he was autistic. I think we thought he was autistic as well.
There has literally been an avalanche of research over the last 10 years that's helped us to understand child development so much better. We now have scans that can actually look at what happens in the brain, and we know the windows of opportunity for brain development are in the first 3 years and up to 8 years.
The Spilstead approach takes the entire family under its care, working with parents as well as children. It provides parents with the knowledge and skills needed to help the family make positive changes.
It's no use us teaching the child or showing a child a way of behaving or giving them words if mum and dad don't know that.
Because we can do what we can do on the 2 days a week that the children are here and get them into a calm place but unless we change the environment at home and help the mums to understand what they can do and their power and the role they have to play, the children just don't learn.
They make you feel like you are a good parent, even when you doubt yourself.
Spilstead also provides a unique and especially designed holistic model of care to meet the needs of the children.
Instead of everything being completely overwhelming, who do I go to help me with this or this or this or this, and I'm not the most organised person, so I find it really overwhelming, you know, where you go in the community to help you, you know, with each issue. We've got everybody that come in here that just help you, especially if you're stressed.
I think being able to work with teachers, with the speech therapists, with any occupational therapists who are working with the child in conjunction with the parents is just invaluable. I think that's why this place makes a difference.
The service brings parents and children together with programs like supported playgroups and home visiting.
Claire came out and we started home visiting program. Grace was about 20 months and she was late in doing a lot of things. So she wasn't walking, she wasn't talking. Within 6 months, she just went from being not able to do anything to taking over everything.
It is a safe place for families to learn how to be families. A lot of families don't know these days.
You have to turn a tap. If children receive this kind of early intervention, we know that we can change their life outcomes. We have studies that have followed children into adulthood up to the age of 41. And we know that those children who received early intervention services were less likely to fail at school, less likely to be unemployed, and less likely to be involved in drug and alcohol use and even crime.
I really think he probably may have sunk going to school without the preparation he's had.
I don't know what we would have done without this place. The support's just been overwhelming, hasn't it? It really has.
It's really transformed our whole life.
We know that every dollar invested results in a return of $17 down the track to the community. It's a saving in the funds that we would have spent on educational support, mental health support and even correctional facilities.
If we hadn't come to Dalewood, we'd still be struggling, we'd still be climbing the walls. We probably wouldn't be together. He's your big brother. We're a family, we're a happy family. It's lovely.
My life before was no support, one play group, feeling depressed. Now, sorry. Now I come here and I've got confidence.
I don't know how to say, but this place is, you know, like very, very important, very, very, you know, like deep in my heart. I always say thank you to this place.
Had he not come here, it just would have been a really tough ask for him to make it into mainstream, to ever feel good about himself. You know, he's just a really happy kid now.
Children are our future, and if we want to change the future, we can do it by changing the early years of these children's lives. And this can only happen with your support in a place like Spilstead.
How many times do we say thank you? Countless, but it's never enough. The windows have opened and we see the sun. Just look at this boy now, with vibrance and joy. We will never forget you, and as Jesse grows and understands, he too will never forget the angels of Dalewood. And let's love the Welsh family.